Welcome to the finale of Separate Ways. Chapter 5, The Last Chapter.
Report. Time is almost up.
Klaus is dead.
Really? Leon doesn't die easily. That's fine. We can use him to clean up Sadler for us. We'll let them fight it out. Neither one of them will manage to come out unharmed.
Easier said than done.
Either way, it's your job to clean up what's left of them when the fight is over. Don't forget who is running the show. Whatever happens, we can't let either of them live to see tomorrow. Our goal is to retrieve the sample. Take out anything that might interfere with our plans.
Chapter 5, Obtain the Sample. And we have this really angry looking picture of Sadler. He looks as pissed off as always. There's no happy picture of Sadler in existence. This is the map. It's obviously on the island. This is one of the last chapters for Leon. It uses one of those maps. And you earlier saw Mike tearing shit up in his helicopter. So, yeah, that'll give you a rough idea of where this is. Really late in the game. Shit's really coming together. And this map is basically just one huge action sequence. It's like, there's no sneaking around. There's no being careful. It's just a bunch of big areas and a lot of enemies. So, yeah. So, case there weren't any first aid sprays. Nah, let's stick with tradition and not buy the map. Now let's sell some stuff. Some old treasure from the castle, and since I didn't get the yellow eye for the cat, which I'm pretty sure is that sparkling thing that I wasn't able to grab at the end because my grappling gun came out. Okay, so I'm about a third of the way, or I would be. The most expensive gun, which is a gun you could only get after finishing the game once, is I believe 300,000. I could be a little bit off. So if I sold a couple of my guns and these green, red, yellow combinations, which are really great ways to get a lot of money, I'd probably be able to buy it, or I'd be pretty damn close. So yeah, I wouldn't need ammo either, so I could sell all that off for a decent amount of money. So yeah, I think I'm pretty close to that. You're probably not going to see me buy that because I don't think I actually do have enough, but you know, I'm doing decent if I was trying to grab that for my own purposes. A lot of rifle ammo, and since this is a bunch of large open areas with a lot of strong enemies, and it's like no longer about sneaking around or any of that shit, you're going to see a lot of sniping from me. So if you hate sniping, you're not going to enjoy this video too much. Oh shit. Earlier than expected. I figured there'd be some on this map, but I didn't figure it'd be this soon. Oh, damn. Okay, get the fuck out of here. Haha. Thank you. Thank you, Gatling gun. Ow. No thank you for that, though. Asshole. But at least he gives me an excuse to increase my health bar. You could just sniper rifle combo him. Just keep aiming for his head. Now if I was really trying to conserve, I could run in and melee him and keep the combo going that way. But nah, I don't really care about it that much. So yeah, that's gonna work for me. Hello? They've even got little Lost in Illuminados symbols on their foreheads. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Nice little details all over the place. I don't believe Ada actually blue eye. That's okay. So I guess it's a butterfly lamp. That's my guess. Ada doesn't actually fight any regenerators in her campaign, which is kind of sad because I really like the regenerators. Actually, they're probably one of my favorite Resident Evil enemies altogether. Like, overall, that includes all the various games and all that stuff. And I think they are pretty much my favorite enemy in 4. I just thought they were like really well implemented, that they kind of used the Plagas parasite thing in like an interesting way. I don't care that they're sort of just a blatant... Oh, damn. I don't really care that the guys are pretty much just a basic yanking of the Heaven Smiles out of Killer 7 and just giving them a different texture. I still thought they were like really well done. Oh, shit. Down you go, buddy. Good night. Go to sleep. Okay. Is that dynamite guy dead? He better be dead. Oh, yellow. Ah, damn it. He's still alive. Come on. There we go. So yeah, regenerators, really great enemy. I thought they were a really great idea. Even if they are sort of just a ripped off gimmick and a bit of a shill, really. Trying to sell games. Kaboom! Okay, I'm pretty sure that's a trap. I know for sure it was in Leon's mission. I have a feeling they recycled that idea in this mission. So, let's see, another complaint about Resident Evil 4 that's made pretty frequently is that it moves away from the established storyline. It focuses on Leon, who really wasn't an important character. He's not a Redfield, he's not a member of STARS, he was just a cop that sort of stumbled into the whole mess and kind of survived. But I always thought that was sort of what made Leon interesting. He isn't a really big-time guy. He's a bit more of a normal, everyday sort of person who just found himself in like a really shitty situation and somehow managed to come through. I always find characters like that to be pretty cool, yeah. Sort of an everyman thing going on. As opposed to the whole, I'm a career soldier that you see a lot of with people like Chris or Jill. And even to some extent, someone like Rebecca, or, well, maybe not so much Claire, but, yeah. I mean, he was a cop, so they are kind of explaining away the fact that he's pretty decent with a gun and all that stuff. But still, he's like a complete rookie cop. And all that. Essentially, he's had the first day from hell, which I'm sure is something we can all relate to. Plus, it can be a bit of a running joke if you happen to have a couple gamer friends. Oh man, I had the worst first day of whatever ever. Well, hey, it could be worse. You could be Leon. You know what I mean? And, yeah, other stuff. And it sort of moved away from the whole umbrella thing, which, again, something I thought was alright, because I think the whole concept of umbrella kind of wore a bit thin by this point. I mean, they essentially ran out of founding members of Umbrella to represent as villains, so they started having to, like, come up with random new ones, just so they could, like, fill in more games. And he started having to come up with some really ridiculous concepts. Flashy, flashy. Just because there was kind of nowhere else to really go with things. And I thought the storyline just got really horribly convoluted and stuff. And, yeah, by that point, they had kind of, I think, really shot themselves in the foot pretty badly concerning Wesker. Because Wesker really only has, like, one shtick. He stabs people in the back. That's really all that he is about. That's the only thing he has going on. So you can't really stretch that out forever. And I don't know, he seemed like like he was always intended to be like a one-off villain, but he went over so well that people just tried way too hard to bring him back and make him like a major player in everything. Which, you know, some people will say it worked out pretty well. I don't really subscribe to that notion. I felt, you know, he had a place, and I can't exactly say that I dislike him as a character. He's interesting, and he did provide some pretty interesting moments, but I don't know, I felt they kind of overplayed him way too much. And I don't know, he kind of struck me a bit as like a sort of a wannabe mastermind, you know? He was kind of like the sniveling jackass that wants to be a big shot, but can't ever seem to do it. He isn't the end boss, he's like the annoying sub-boss. He's the fucking Starscream. And they never really played up any major villain beyond that. And I think that was sort of a bit of a problem with 5, because part of the whole concept there was that they actually tried to make Wesker a lot more central as a villain, as opposed to being a largely sideline character that sort of moves the plot along. Like, well, let's just take this game for an example. Yeah, he's there, but he's very much in the background, and he's just sort of moving stuff along. But, you know, he's not really doing a whole lot. He's just pretty much standing in the shadows and being a smug jackass that he is. Which is really about the only thing that he's especially good at, really. Well, that and stabbing people in the back, but yeah, that's pretty much the extent of his character. And I don't know, it seemed like they just like really poorly handled him in a lot of ways. There was just nowhere to really go with the character. There was no real further developments. They couldn't play it up any more than they did. He stabbed people in the back, he's a bit of an asshole, and eventually they just gave him superpowers to make him more interesting, supposedly. Or at least that seemed to be their intention. Whether or not it worked, well, your opinion is as good as mine, I'm sure. I am not about to debate that shit. But yeah, it just seemed to be like the series kind of went along way too far, and I feel it kind of needs to get away from sort of what was going on up to that point. The series either needs a new umbrella, and possibly focusing on the sidelines of the cast more so than the primary stars characters. Not to say that they don't have their place or that they couldn't play a role, but I think adding some new characters into things probably work things out, and hopefully move forward with the series a bit, because the Raccoon City scenario, that's just been played to death and back. It's seriously, how many times have we seen that place? It's like that was sort of the high point of the series, and they're just constantly trying to go back there, but they moved the plot along too far that they can't actually like go back to that. So yeah, it's a series that at this point either needs to move away from some old stuff, or possibly just reboot the entire thing. which appears to at least be part of the idea moving forward here. So it could prove interesting. And yeah, more 5 bashing, I guess. Yeah, Wesker, I don't know, his motivations and stuff. It seemed kind of out of character even. But I guess when you don't have much of a character to begin with, it's kind of hard to go out of character that much. So yeah. I also found it a little bit annoying that they play up Spencer so hard over the course of the series. And then they just drop a bridge on him. Like, he's literally not even important. You see him once, and you might as well not even see him that much. Who the fuck is shooting arrows at me? Ah, it's this jackass over here. Wipe that fucking smirk off your face. The fucking rifle bullet. Oh, you cocksucker. Oh well. Yeah. Tell me about your STARS initiative. Tell me about the STARS initiative. Oh wait, it was Avengers initiative. Whatever. Oh wait, it was also SHIELD. Fuck is my brain? Whatever. Switch 1. Yeah, this is the part with Leon where you have to hit those 2 switches. Obviously, because that door's locked. So, I gotta find the other way up and deal with that. Yeah. So in summary, the Resident Evil series is a good series, but it's trying way too hard to sort of rest on its laurels, really, and overplay some of the pre-existing scenarios to the point where they're kind of overused, and they just really need to move forward, come up with something fresh. I think there's plenty of ideas here, and I think they could definitely pull off some really great stuff if they can just get it together in the right way. I'm not necessarily sure that it's going to be the next game, because it kind of suffers from some of the stuff that's I was kind of bitching about a little bit earlier. It's another game set in Raccoon City. It's again focusing on Umbrella, who if you haven't really paid attention to the storyline, they're essentially like, what if Microsoft was a pharmaceutical company and they merged with like everybody, like that whole let's prevent them from having monopoly thing never happened to Microsoft. It'd essentially be that. Fucking ass. Oh, you asshole. Arg. Okay. Well, 3 deaths is decent, I guess. Oh god, I gotta go all the way back to this shit. Well, you know what? I did way too much talking there. And way too much shit. So, rather than try to do this again, I'm just gonna go forward. I know what I have to do. I should be able to accomplish it really quickly. And if I'm lucky, I'll actually get through this time. Really hate those chain guns. Really do. That's why I was hoping for the bulletproof vest. Or the whatever it's called. The vest that decreases damage. Because as you saw, I was at like green health, and it killed me just getting shot a couple times. That's seriously how much bullshit that is. If I had the vest, it'd only do like half that. Which reminds me, the alternate costumes are kind of cool like that, because Leon's alternate is his RPD uniform, the costume he was wearing in Resident Evil 2. So if you're wearing that, it actually functions just like the vest, which is kind of a nice little touch. Because the costume itself contains a vest that he's actually wearing. And his character model actually does change when he's wearing the vest. Okay. Can I shoot him from here? This is gonna get really dicey. Oh. Nice. Yeah, see how far back I went for fucking up there? I feel that's a lot more appropriate rather than making me redo the entire level, to go back to the topic I discussed previously. See, this way I have a decent penalty for actually dying, but I don't lose like a half hour of progress just because I fucked up against one enemy that was kind of ridiculously damaging anyway. Whoop. Damn. Hell? There we go. Okay. Let's get this guy. Boom, headshot. And mix up some herb. Okay, where are the other ones? Ow! Fuck you. Don't pull the trigger until you can see the reds of their eyes. Okay, one of them's still alive over there. Come on. When you see an explosive barrel, you just have to shoot it. That's the rule. Don't pretend you didn't want me to shoot it. I don't believe that for a second. Right in the mouth. Okay, this door's locked. And it's obviously pointing me towards the two switches, which is how I was supposed to know that I was supposed to go for those switches. But come on, when you see the switches and the walkways up there, you just know you're supposed to go up there. Okay. Jump over here. And it's back here. There we go. Yeah. Sweet. It only looks like they spawn after you go up there, because I looked around and I didn't see anybody shooting at me when I was over near the other switch. See? So it looks like they spawn depending on which ladder you go up. Nope, not there either. Okay. Okay, let's get the fuck out of here. And let's try to... Wow! How the fuck can that guy shoot me that far away with a gun that inaccurate? That is not a precision shooting gun. That's... That thing is big and fucking heavy and... ridiculous. Come on. Come on. 2. I'm pretty sure it takes 4. 3. Come on. Come the fuck on. Yeah, suck my dick. Suck my dick. Okay, topping my health up because apparently they can do enough damage that even if you're at green health, which is supposed to be fine by classic Resident Evil standards, they're still able to knock you down to the point where you're dead. Because fuck this. Alright, fuck this guy too. See if we can knock him in. That's why you're supposed to wear a harness, kids. Listen to your OSHA, officer. Wow. He's alive? I thought the fall damage would kill him. Oh well. Dick shot. Dick shot. Headshot. There's no crotch shot animation. It's sad. Alright. Let's hope I don't die this time. You know, if I was smart, I'd probably be using my crossbow right now. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Wait, don't the Plagas give you, like, ridiculous regenerating abilities? Why does he have an eye patch? Couldn't he grow a new eye? Does the parasite only repair damage up to a point? Does it only regenerate your body as it was before you were infected? Like, if you lost an eye before you were infected, you wouldn't get the eye back, but if you lost the other eye, you would? After being infected? Is that how it works? I don't know. I'd like to see some actual explanation of how the fuck these viruses and parasites and all this bullshit actually works. We probably never will, because that way they can't explain shit away later by going, oh, that was just part of the virus. It works in a really unusual way. They have to explain away all this weird shit. I don't know. I figure if they could, they'd probably even explain the bullshit we're seeing now as some sort of new variant of the G virus. Because really, the G virus doesn't even seem all that unusual compared to some of the Plagas bullshit we're seeing in this game. I mean, take a look at some of the tentacle-clad abominations that the G virus brought about. Not exactly too far off from the Plagas. Plus, since the G virus doesn't really make zombies anyway, who's to say that if it did make zombies, they wouldn't be quite a bit like this? Oh, this guy's got a rocket launcher. Oh shit! He had a rocket launcher. He's the guy who killed Mike! You son of a bitch! I would have killed you a lot harder if I had known that. Mike! Another in a long line of helicopter pilots that died in Resident Evil. I wish I was joking, but I'm not. Helicopter pilots have ridiculous high mortality rates in this series. It's almost absurd. If you're a helicopter pilot, don't expect to make it through the game. If you do make it through the game, expect to show up in one of the sequels as a zombie of some kind. If you make it through multiple games, you're probably some sort of god. Or you're going to turn out to be a villain later. Or both. I don't know. At this point, I wouldn't put anything past these people. Handgun ammo. Wow. How much more is left of this map? I know there's 2 boss fights. And I'm pretty sure that's one of them right there, actually. That red dot. I think the other one's probably going to be in that room right there. Okay, so getting pretty close to the typewriter, which is going to be a cutoff point for the first video. Yellow herb. Ooh. Yeah, I should probably try to conserve some of the rifle ammo. I think a full clip of rifle ammo would actually be more than enough to tackle the bosses. But it's better to be safe. Err on the side of caution. You know what I mean? It's a cool little animation. When you shine the light at their faces, sometimes they'll bring up their hands to like protect their head so that you can't get a headshot off. Nice. Yeah, wasn't I talking about Operation Raccoon City at one point? Yeah, the whole multiplayer thing, it can work. I mean, it worked really good in Outbreak to an extent. I don't know, Outbreak had a lot of issues, but if those were ironed out properly, yeah, it could kind of work. I could see that being a decent direction for the series. It wouldn't be the worst thing, and it'd certainly please some of the people that are all, we need our zombies back, we need the slow-moving zombies, the zombies were awesome, why can't we have zombies, etc, etc. Like, yeah, I think they'd be fine with that. Of course, they're probably going to bitch about it still being an action game or something. I don't know. Some people are just beyond the point of being pleasable. It should be near the area where Leon fought Krauser. Bowgun bolts 3. Let's examine our stuff here. And do a little bit of arrangement. Just because. Yeah, everything needs more arrangement. You all need to watch me arrange my inventory repeatedly. You all know you love it. You love it so much. Okay, and I'll start putting my grenades over there. Yeah, that works for me. Plenty of space. Got my ammo up there. Perfect. For me, at least.
Leon, you okay?
Yeah. Sorry, Ada.
We have to get that parasite out of your body.
Yeah. But before that, I gotta save Ashley.
Fine. Let's split up.
Okay. We can't go back. Leon's going one way, we're going the other. And eventually, we'll both run into each other again. Hopefully this video didn't run on too long. That death really set me back. Really, really set me back.
Welcome.
Whatever, I don't really give that much of a fuck.
What are you buying?
Wow.
What are you selling?
Okay. That's a lot of money.
Is that Come back anytime.
Lots and lots of potatoes. Haha. The living bag. It's never really explained what the hell is inside of that bag. If I had to guess, I would probably say it's full of, like, Plagas without a body. And I can't really take a look at it with the thermal scope because Ada doesn't have a thermal scope. But if I did take a look at it with that, you would notice that the whole thing is bright red, so it's quite hot, which is why I'm assuming that it's actually a Plagas inside of there. But no one knows for sure, at least not last I checked. Let's make a save here. Chapter 4 typewriter. Overwrite this. And I believe I'll be able to cover the rest in 1 to 2 more videos. Let's pick it up there. See you soon.